The stocks end on a flat note after a strong opening as selling pressure continued for PSU banks. It was a very bad day for the PSU banks in particular. Realty and pharma stocks, however, gained ground. So if you look at the intraday chart, you'll see the kind of Monday morning blues that had set in for our markets. At closing bell, the Nifty closed flat at 9,438, but much lower than the intraday high of 9,493. Sensex also paired its Monday morning gains to close about 100 points higher at 30,570. But all the GST news from the previous week continues to fuel the FMCG stocks rallying. Here's a wrap of today's market action. Tanveer Gill joining us with that. Tanveer.
Well, thanks very much for that. We had a day that started off fairly decent, but then dwindled, post 6 hours of the trading session. So we pretty much closed at the low point of trade, 60 points off from the high for the Nifty, that is, and the broader markets succumbed more to selling pressure. The small cap index on balance was low of about 2%, and you had the mid cap index lose about 1%. The market was split down the middle when it came to two sectors. PSU banks cracked in big time. SBI, Bank of Baroda were down. You had the PSU bank index that opened deep cuts. And that got reflected in some of the other names from the broader markets as well within the stack. So Bank of India, on the back of poor earnings, it tumbled almost 11%. There was enough and more pain and unwinding pressure for the PSU lot. On the flip side, all that news about a timely implementation of GST helped the FMCG pack. So HUL, particularly ITC, which was a star stock of the day, 5.5% higher. Marico and some of the other consumer names were active in trade. There was also a fair bit of activity seen in Eicher Motors. ACC Ambuja were in focus as well. Some of the gainers from the broader markets included Future Retail, United Spirits again, GST impact, Venky's India, Religare saw some price and volume action too. Among losers, we had Videocon Industries, which saw deep cuts, so did Jet Airways as well as GSFC.